Uh, oh, 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 wait. Hello? Hmm, there's no background. Hello? How's my mic? Do you guys hear me? Mm. Hello, chat. Hello, hello. Good afternoon. Hello. Let's see. Hello. Okay, there we go. As long as you guys can hear me, then we good. You guys can hear me, right? Okay. This is gonna be a little scuffed. Well, it's gonna be a little scuffed. Or hindi, scuffed talaga. Wala akong na-prepare na PowerPoint. I do not have any PowerPoint prepared. But that's because I don't think I need one. I just need only a few images for this. Let's see who's here. TRMU6729. Okay. Hello, Shadefire. Hello, Kyosa. Hello, Updog. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, Pokari. Hello, Archetype. Hello. Zekin Hakai. Hello. Derison Ponce. Hello. Blade. Hello. Kuray. Hello. Manacha. Hello. Henpai. Hello. You didn't choose Scuff. Scuff chose you. Pretty much. No, okay. I say Scuff because no PowerPoint for this. I don't think I need one. I only need a few images to explain this. Because the topic is dengue fever. And dengue is so common in this country, and dengue is also in other Southeast Asian countries, but it's also so common here that there are many infographics about it, like everywhere. They teach you about this maybe in school, because I don't know, they taught me about dengue in school. They teach you about this in your barangay. If you go to a clinic, they teach you about it. It's like everywhere. They teach you about it. So, dengue is very, very common here. Okay, that's why I don't think I need it. Because I know a lot of you are familiar with dengue. I'm just gonna cover, aside from what you guys already know about dengue, how it's treated. Okay. What is the difference between malaria and dengue? We don't have malaria here. At least I have never heard of malaria here. Malaria comes from a different kind of mosquito. Dengue is from a specific mosquito, and that mosquito exists here all over the place. Malaria is different, but they kind of have the same symptoms. They just differ somewhere along the road in their symptomatology. But malaria is something I did not really go in depth with because we don't really have that here. Okay. Panahon na naman ba ng dengue, Doc? No, I think dengue is more during the rainy season. Any place where there is stagnant water. Even a swimming pool. Okay. So, yeah, I have no PowerPoint. All I have here is a browser behind me. A browser. It's because I'm just gonna search the algorithms and the tables that I need, okay? So, what is dengue? You guys are all familiar with dengue. First, we're gonna talk about the mosquito I have on my thumbnail. Okay? Let me go down here. Yeah, you see this? You see this? You see this mosquito? Do you see this mosquito? This is the Aedes aegypti mosquito. Aedes species mosquito. Avoid at all costs. Okay? Avoid at all costs. If you see this little shit on your arm or on your body trying to suck blood out of you, swat it. Kill it. Kill it. Swat it out of the way. Okay? You'll know that it is the Aedes aegypti mosquito because it is black and white. It has the white spots. Okay? As long as it has the white spots, get away. Or kill it. Or keep it away from you. Okay? Because now if it's the brown, the typical brown mosquito that looks like mukukulay tae na mosquito, then he's your friend. But if we're gonna deal with any mosquito that looks like this, that has white spots on it, God, stay away. Stay away. Okay? Because they carry a variety of diseases other than dengue. Actually, look at this. There's one here. There's one little image here. Chikungunya was something we also have here in the Philippines. I think I remember being in I remember working and when I was an intern or intern ba? Or mid-school ba yun? Junior intern. There was some freaking chikungunya going around. It's kind of similar to dengue, but you don't get the rashes. Okay? Angas ng scientific pang SSM. Okay, so yes. Aedes aegypti mosquito. They are the ones that have white spots on them. So if you see a mosquito, black mosquito on you, with white spots, keep it away. Kill it. Si Silos nagte-Tekken. Lumabas yung Steam, Si Silos wala dito sa stream ko kasi naglalaro ng Tekken. Lumabas yung Steam alert, yung Steam notification. My mod's busy playing Tekken while I'm doing my stream. Huli din nagnunuts. Okay. So, the next thing that we need to know dengue fever, of course. This one is also very, very, very I think this is the best one. Which is the best one? This one. This right here. Ito ba yun? Wait, is this the best image? Oh, oopsies. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this is, I think, the best table for the course of illness is... Yeah, I think this is the best one. Alright. I can lower it. I can make it a little smaller. There we go. Okay. This table is something that this one, I don't remember if they teach this in like one of those, in those infographics or like in school where they teach about dengue. But this table is shows the timeline or the course of a dengue fever. Okay? So, when you get bitten by a dengue mosquito, it takes around a week, if I remember correctly, a week before you start manifesting symptoms. Okay? Takes about a week. And, or we call that incubation period. Okay, so once you were bitten by dengue and are infected, maybe around a week later, you'll start having fever. Okay? You'll start having fever. High fever, by the way. High fever. Sometimes it reaches 40. It can be 39, 40, 41. And this fever will go on for around 3 to 4 days. This is very typical of dengue, by the way. You'll be having high fever, which goes on for 3 to 4 days. And even if you take paracetamol, it doesn't go back to normal. It'll go down a little bit, like let's say you have a high fever, 40 degrees. You take paracetamol or acetaminophen, and it goes down to like 38.9. Then after a while, it goes back up to 41 or 40. And then you take paracetamol again, goes back down, but it's only like 38, right? So it goes down, but it's still fever. Okay? Goes down, but it's still fever. So this is what we call the febrile stage. Okay, the febrile stage. You have high fever. And since you have high fever constantly for like 3 to 4 days, this is the time you get dehydrated. That is why when you have fever, you gotta hydrate. Okay? Hydrate. Drink water. Okay? And then day 4 or day 5, around this time here, around day 4, day 5, you're gonna enter what we call the critical stage. So this is when your fever goes down. This is when you don't have fever anymore. You're like, oh, I don't feel any fever anymore. You seem to be better. No more fever. But this is the critical stage because it depends on what happens during this stage, whether you'll be classified or if you'll be a severe type of dengue or a dengue or not. Okay? It's critical because this is where the bleeding starts. This is where your platelets are down. Okay? This is where your platelets are down. Because if you take your blood test during the febrile stage, your platelets are still good. They're still good, okay? But once you're here, the critical stage, which is around, which takes around 2 to 3 days also, maybe on day 4 to day 5, or sometimes day 6, around this area, your platelets are down. Okay, and you can see it right here. Platelets are okay, and then they just go down, and your hematocrit goes up. Okay, this is your blood test. And when your platelet goes down, you tend to bleed. Here. That's why they say here the potential complication or shock and bleeding. Because if you're bleeding inside your body, you will get into shock. Okay. And then, once you get over this critical stage, maybe a few days, you'll enter the recovery period. Okay, so it takes about like day 6, day 7. You'll enter the recovery area. You have no more fever. Your platelets slowly start going up. Okay. And what shock is it? It can be a hemorrhagic shock, septic shock. More than hemorrhagic shock because of dehydration. Okay. Yeah. When you're in the recovery period, that means you're getting better. Basically, you're just getting better. You're doing well. You're not bleeding anymore. Your platelets are going to normal, and you're doing fine. Okay, so that is the typical course of dengue. So like, it's very typical. You are sick. You have fever 3 to 4 days. That doesn't go down even if you're taking paracetamol or acetaminophen. It goes down a little. You have high fever. It goes down a little. Let's say 40. Tapos you take medicine. It goes down to 38, which is still fever. Then it still goes up, and then you take medicine again. It doesn't go back to normal for like 3 straight days at least. And then like the next day, suddenly you don't have fever anymore. Okay? Suddenly you just don't have fever anymore, and then that's when you start having signs of bleeding, or this is when the rash comes out. It's very typical. Once your fever goes down, you're gonna start having rashes, okay? Because that is because your platelets are down. Very, very that is very classic. High fever goes down, rashes appear. Okay? And then after a while you're doing fine. Okay, so now let's go to the different types of let's go. Do we have questions here? I'll look at the questions in a way. But while we're doing that, this is something we gotta look at also. Dengue classification. Here it is, 2025. Oh, okay, hold on. We got some questions here. What to do when it reaches 40? Oh, that you're just you have to hydrate. That's why over here you're at risk of dehydration over here, okay? You're at risk of dehydration. When you have high fever, you have to hydrate. You have to drink a lot of water, okay? Or if you get hospitalized, they have to give you fluids through your IV. And this may be unlucky, but you just flow. Yeah, you bleed during this time. Is there a cause phenomena explaining as to why your platelet drops? Oh, it's an immune system thing. Maybe there's an image. Pathophysiology thing. Oh my god. Ew, Bing. Pathophysiology of dengue. Aha, here we go. Which is a better picture. Ah, this one. I think this one is good. Aha, here we go. Ano ba yun? Oh yeah, here we go. Or is it this one? There is a better... Oh, okay, I think this is the better photo. Here we go. There we go, okay. This photo shows it all. Okay? Ooh, zoom. Okay. So, this is going to follow... Look, it will follow the same... The path of the table here from left to right. So, viral burden. You are infected with the virus. So the virus will start spreading around. Your body's going to react to the presence of that virus. Okay? And then the reason for the when we say decrease in platelets, it is called thrombocytopenia. Okay? So the virus it's basically it's as Captain Cap said, it's the immune system attacking your platelets. The virus is going to activate your killer cells, which releases cytokines, and then they just like go crazy down here. They attack your platelets. Okay. You also, and because you have low platelets, okay, with all these things happening, your plasma or the fluid with your blood in the vessels, they leak out. Okay. Zika virus is another variant, but no, Zika virus is a different virus. They just have similar symptomatology. Not the cute platelets. It would be fun if Cells at Work actually showed dengue fever in their show, huh? This is a better one. I think this one shows. Here, this is a very a more detailed photo about it. Very detailed. Holy crap! This is biochemistry. This is some molecular biochemistry shit, which is I actually hate biochemistry, to be honest, even as a med student. Dengue did show the worst one though, cancer. Oh yeah, that's true. Okay. Wait, okay, we'll go back here. Dengue classification, okay? Before, like along, I think a decade ago or something, or so, they used to classify dengue as dengue fever and dengue hemorrhagic fever, something like that. But I think, if I remember correctly, they changed it, and they called it dengue without warning signs, dengue with warning signs, and severe dengue. Okay, and I will look for the best table to show you for that. Where is it? What would be better? Is this the one? Is this a good one? Ah, okay, this is a good one. Oh, oops, no. Here we go. This is a good table. Oh no, the chat is covering it. The chat is covering the text. Basahin mo na lang, chat. Okay, we'll go to dengue without warning signs. Okay, let's zoom in. Dengue without warning signs. Okay. If you have dengue without warning signs, this is the weak ass dengue. Okay, very weak, very mild dengue. Okay, you're basically lucky, I guess lucky if you have dengue without warning signs, okay? So, dengue without warning signs have the following symptoms. Okay, they classify as probable dengue. So anyone, if you had a example, you don't live in the Philippines, you travel to the Philippines, got bitten by a mosquito, go home, and then you get dengue, okay? And then, see, if you have fever and 2 of the following criteria for dengue with warning signs. So, fever, and then you have nausea and vomiting, the rash, the aches and the pains, like joint pains. Tourniquet test positive. Tourniquet test, okay, tourniquet test is when the nurse or the doctor will inflate a BP app on your arm, like they're taking your blood pressure, right? But instead of actually reading your blood pressure, they're gonna pump that on your arm for like until 200 or something mmHg, millimeters per mercury, and they're gonna leave it there for like a few seconds, either seconds to a minute, and then they'll release it. And then a positive tourniquet test is when you start having rashes, or not really rashes, popped capillaries. You'll see, well, it looks like a rash on your arm. So that means your capillaries broke, basically. It means your capillaries broke, which is one of the tests for dengue. Clinical tests for dengue. Yeah, okay. Leukopenia is basically low white blood cell count. Okay. Any warning signs? Any warning signs. So one of the warning signs over here, but we'll go to that later. Okay. So this is. Oh, and by the way, dengue fever, by the way, is that it can be diagnosed clinically without the NS1 test, but NS1 test will be the one to tell you if it's like a confirmation of dengue. But some hospitals or some clinics, if they don't have access to this test, the NS1, they diagnose it clinically. It's kind of easy to diagnose it clinically. Okay. So if you have dengue without warning signs, this can be treated. This can be treated conservatively. Like sometimes you don't even need to go to the hospital for this. You can be treated at home. Like it's gonna be treated as if it's like a flu. If you have fever, drink lots of water, okay, and you just need to watch out for bleeding. Okay, so these are the people who have dengue and are lucky. They just get dengue, but then they go home. They are just at home. Sometimes people don't even know that they just got dengue fever, but it actually was dengue because it's very mild that they don't really need hospitalization. Okay? Hello, Black Cat. Hello, hello. Yung tawa-tawa daw? What do you mean tawa-tawa? Herbal medicine. Herbal medicine for dengue? You just need hydration for dengue, really. Especially dengue without warning signs. Okay, next, we're gonna go to dengue with warning signs. And I think a lot of you who commented on my Twitter, a lot of you apparently either had dengue with warning signs or severe dengue. Because a lot of you were saying you guys got hospitalized, almost died, felt like shit, you know. So I'm guessing a bunch of you had dengue with warning signs or worse. Okay? So, dengue with warning signs is basically the same as this, fever with all this, but you have the warning signs which can become serious. Okay? So what are the warning signs? You have pain in your abdomen. Okay? You're consistently vomiting. You start to have fluid within your body that is not supposed to be there, like ascites, meaning there is fluid inside your abdomen and it's not supposed to be there. Pleural effusion is fluid in your thoracic cavity where your lungs are, and it's not supposed to be there. Okay, so you basically have like fluid accumulation. Okay? And then mucosal bleeding, meaning you start bleeding in areas where you don't usually bleed. One of the common ones is bleeding through your gums when you brush your teeth. Okay. Sometimes some people have nosebleeds. Sometimes people have nosebleeds. Okay. Rashes is also a sign of bleeding. Okay. If you have a lot of rashes. You have a lot of, sometimes people get, what do you call this? Bruises, random bruises. Okay? So, signs of bleeding. Lethargy and restlessness. So, you're feeling weak, sleepy all the time. Okay? Postural hypertension, meaning, hypotension, meaning, let's say you were lying down. When you feel weak, you lie down. Okay? When you sit up, you start feeling dizzy. Usually the cause of that is because your blood pressure went down. And this usually happens when you're dehydrated. Okay? This is because of dehydration. And then palpable hepatomegaly. Hepatomegaly means your liver is enlarged. So they see this. Sometimes they can feel your liver. Okay, they feel your liver and it is extending 2 centimeters beyond your rib cage, the bottom rib. Okay. Okay. And progressive increase in hematocrit. So this is seen by blood tests, CBC. This is why, and the dengue people with dengue with warning signs, these are the ones who actually have to be admitted in the hospital, because they have to, because all of these, especially this fluid accumulation, this is treated in a hospital. Mucosal bleeding, because they gotta make sure that you are not bleeding too much. If you need blood transfusion, you will get blood transfusion. Okay? And they need to watch your platelets. Because if you stay at home when you have dengue with warning signs, you can die. Okay? Sometimes drinking water isn't enough. They have to deliver the fluids through your veins, through the IV. Okay? So I think some of you who said that you guys got admitted for dengue and felt like shit, you most probably had dengue with warning signs. Okay, if you had these symptoms. And it is terrible because, see, they have to monitor your hematocrit and your platelets, so that means every now and then they have to take a blood test from you. So that's a lot of CBCs done on you, a lot of pricking on your arm just to get a blood test, because they have to monitor this and your platelets. Okay. Okay, so I want to become a physician scientist, but I'm not sure whether I should take it or not. Can you give me some advice? If you want to be a doctor, you have to really want. Do you really want to be? If you really want to be a doctor, prepared to make a lot of sacrifices in your life, like socially. Okay, we'll go to the last one. This one, severe dengue. So this is the worst kind. Okay. So basically, same symptoms as the ones previously, but you have these. You're in shock, or you have respiratory distress because of severe plasma leakage. Okay. Remember where I said your plasma leaks out? Severe bleeding. So you're basically bleeding everywhere. Bruising everywhere, bleeding gums, nosebleeds. You're just bleeding like a lot. Okay? Severe organ involvement. Usually, liver, spleen, heart is involved. Okay? So, those with severe dengue and dengue with warning signs, these two, sometimes you have to be admitted in the ICU. Especially those with severe dengue. ICU, that is ICU admission. So the ones who said they almost died because of dengue, you were either like borderline severe or were in severe dengue. Okay? So, Marpy, thank you. Oh, thank you for the super chat. Hi, Doc. Do I get immunity if I get dengue once? No. We're gonna talk about that one next, by the way. The strains. There are 4 strains of dengue. Saan tayo to? Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Thank you, Marpy. Dengue strains. There are 4 strains of dengue in the Philippines. Okay, do they have it? What's this? Oh, bro. Ano to? Bro, they even have... Okay, there's like... Okay, this one I did not know, but this is interesting. This is interesting. Okay, there are 4 strains of dengue in the Philippines, okay? And apparently, you can get one There's like different strains in each region, man. Look at this. The most common strains in the Philippines are dengue virus 1 and 3. So that would be this one right here. The green, is it green? Ay, hindi. Ito. Yeah, this one right here. And dengue 3. Dengue virus 3. Okay, and apparently, what the heck? What does BF mean? Hold on. Substantial, strong, very strong, decisive. What the heck? Wait, what does this mean? What do they mean by strong? Hold on, let me check something. What do you mean by BF? What does BF mean? Boyfriend? Where's the... But as far as I know, dengue 2 and 3, those are the most common strains. Oh, here it is. Base factor. Network of dengue. Ah, okay. Network of dengue. Okay. Basically, yung location nila. Basically, yung location nila. Is typhoid also kind of dengue? No, that is different. That is different. Okay. So, dengue 2 and 3 are the most common, and there are 4 strains. So if you get dengue once, you are typically immune to that strain of dengue. But then you still have 3 more chances to get dengue. And as far as I know, the second time or the third time, the next time you get dengue fever, it gets worse. So if you had dengue with no warning signs, say you got sick with dengue, you got dengue with no warning signs the first time, you good. And then like years later or the next year, you get dengue again, it will be worse. Okay? It'll be worse. The third time would be worse. The fourth time would be worse. Okay? So if you get dengue 4 times and live to talk about it, you're pretty much a deity. Lord ka ng dengue. You're dengue lord ka na. You're immune to all of that. If you get all 4 strains, and live to talk about it, you are freaking immortal. Yes, you are immortal. Pokemon Master ka na. Isa ka na Lord ng dengue. Yeah, as far as I know, there are no vaccines for dengue because there's different strains of dengue. So, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Is there more? Let's see if there's more info about the strains. Because not it. They don't have this one? No. Where are the ones with the strains, bro? That is the only table with this one with the strains. What's this? Ah, humidity. Okay. What if you get it more than 5 times though? There's 4 strains of dengue though. Yung katingera ka sa HSL, tas dengue yung palusot mo sa teacher para may gagi. Gagi. Alright, so what else? Let's see, is there any questions around here? Dengvaxia. Oh my god, yeah, I remember Dengvaxia. I forgot what was the thing with Dengvaxia? I forgot about that. There was like mentions about Dengvaxia, but then I forgot what happened about it. It like they mentioned it and then I read about it and then di ko na alam kung ano nangyayari. I have no idea what happened after that. I don't know what happened after that. Oh, Dengvaxia fast goes a criminal. Oh, here we go. It was a failure. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Now I remember. Yeah, I remember this now. I was like, this. I remember this. Now I was like, wait, what happened during this time? Yeah, okay, yeah, it failed. It killed a lot of people. A lot of kids died. A lot of patients died here. I remember this. Yeah, I think this is what caused the vaccine. This is what caused a lot of a vaccine scare. Yeah. Well, you can't you see the thing is did I read? I don't think I read the wait. Yeah, I remember seeing this, but I think at that time I didn't read onto like deeply on how Dengvaxia was developed and on what stage of research it was, if this was the final or if they were still, still testing it or something. But I remember Dengvaxia and I remembered a lot of people died. Yeah. This is the thing about vaccines though, okay? This is the thing about vaccines. When scientists or doctors or when they develop vaccines, it goes through a lot of testing, months to years of testing. Like they've developed the vaccine, they usually test it on animals first. Okay? They test it on animals first, like multiple times to get the right concoction or the right dosage or anything before they do human testing. Because unfortunately, that is how medicine or cures work. You have to test it on an animal before you test it on a person. That's why when there are research trials for medicines, there is always a what do you call this? You have to sign something, a consent form and all that. They tell you that this is a research trial and they will monitor you, blah blah blah. Okay, so that's the scary thing about new medications. But see, they may or may not fail, but they may be a breakthrough in science. So yeah, that's kind of the scary thing about developing new medicines. I was there when Dengvaxia happened when I was a third year College of Philippines for my chemical engineering degree. Hello, Ray Valor. Hello. I remember yan yung dapat nagka-dengue na yung naturukan. If wala pang dengue contact, yun yung problematic. I still have my medical receipt of Dengvaxia. Ooh. Wait, did you Did you get Dengvaxia? But anyway, yeah. It see the thing with Dengvaxia, it could have been a nice breakthrough, but it failed. But this would be a nice treatment. This would be a nice thing to have if it worked. Dengue vaccine, so that you don't have to go through all that shit. Because dengue is, it can be mild to severe. Okay, it is freaking RNG kung mild to severe ka. So yeah, it would be nice to have a dengue vaccine. Oh, a working one, by the way. Even in pandemic, I was there. Oh my. Stuck in Solaire Hotel. Whoa. Okay. How do I? Where do you? Where's the? There's another table. Is this the one? Okay, this is basically, this one is another yeah, this is the one. This is another table showing the 3 different types of dengue. Okay? From WHO. So again, dengue without warning signs is the mild form. Alright, so you'll have fever, nausea, vomiting, rashes, you'll have some joint pains, and your blood test would have a low white blood cells. Okay, this one can be treated at home. All you gotta do is hydrate. Dengue with warning signs gets you. You will need a admission to the hospital, because they gotta watch this. Because dengue with warning signs can turn into severe dengue. So you can have your vomit. You're still vomiting. You have fluids in areas that you're not supposed to have fluids. You're bleeding. Your liver grows big. You know, all that. And then there's severe dengue, where not usually, you definitely need ICU admission because you have shock because of the leakage of the plasma. Okay, you are bleeding everywhere, and because you are bleeding everywhere, you are in shock. There is organ and other major organ involvement, such as the heart, the liver, even the brain. Okay, but see, as we can see down here, both dengue with warning signs and severe dengue, you need to be in the hospital. Okay. Definitely. So, what is the treatment for dengue? You see, there is no exact medicine to give for dengue. If you notice, all I've been saying is, if you have dengue fever, hydrate. Drink lots of water. They need to give you fluids, right? It's always fluids, because it is. Dengue is a sickness that that makes you dehydrated, and the dehydration is what is bad for you. Yeah, it's really a symptom management. The dehydration and the bleeding is what is bad for you. Because that is why, if you're suspected to have dengue, let's say without warning signs, drink water, lots of water, take a rest, drink lots of water. Dengue with warning signs, you gotta be in the hospital. They're gonna hydrate you, and they're gonna watch your blood. your blood test. They're gonna be monitoring your blood test, because if you are bleeding and you need transfusion, they will transfuse blood. If you need platelet transfusion because your platelets are so low, then they will give you platelet transfusion. Okay. Vomiting, yeah, the symptom of vomiting contributes to the dehydration, which is why, let's say you are trying your best to hydrate by drinking water, but you keep vomiting. You drink water, but you vomit. You drink water, but you vomit. That's already a sign that you need to be in the hospital and that you can't tolerate drinking water, and they have to give you the fluids through IV. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, SwitchCon, thank you for the membership. Hello, Doc. Happy final stage of third trimester. Thank you for this member. Okay. So, and then when you're in the hospital, so they hydrate you. They give you fluids. They give you platelets if you need it. Transfusion with red blood cells if you need it. If you have fluid accumulation and it is interfering with your breathing, let's say you have a pleural effusion, sometimes you need a surgical procedure for this if it cannot be treated with meds, and this is when we surgeons come in and we put a tube in the chest. So closed tube thoracostomy or a pigtail insertion. Okay? Pigtail insertion for even the ascites, which is fluid in the abdomen. Okay? Yep. So really the treatment for dengue fever it's really managing the symptoms and controlling them, because dengue is an illness that runs its course before it leaves. It's like a typhoon. Para siyang bagyo. It comes once you get bitten by a mosquito, and then that means you're gonna be hit by a typhoon. The typhoon comes to the Philippines. It's either I don't know, normal, quote unquote normal, usual typhoon that comes by. Sometimes it's a super typhoon. It just wrecks you, and then it leaves, and then you just have to recover. You just have to make sure to, live through it, survive through it. Okay. It's kind of like that, like a typhoon coming at you. What's the viral symptoms management? Yeah, most viral illnesses, it's symptom management. Most, anyway. Okay, and yeah, actually, that is all. The dengue is actually a very... This is why I didn't prepare a PowerPoint for this, because dengue is a topic that is... Dengue is a very common, very common illness here in the Philippines, that every school, hospital, barangay, clinic, they will have infographics on this. Even in Facebook, if there is a dengue outbreak going on, if people are there's a rise of dengue, they will always release an infographic about dengue. That's why I know that a lot of you are very familiar with dengue, but I just went a little in depth with it. Okay, especially this is my favorite table about dengue, because dengue is very predictable. You have few days, like if a patient comes to me, or a friend or someone comes to me saying, I have fever and it's not going down, I'd be like, take paracetamol. And then they take paracetamol. It's been 3 days. The fever hasn't gone down. It goes down a little, but it's still a fever. Like 40 degrees yung fever niya. Tapos bumaba, 38 lang after taking paracetamol. And they don't, it's been 3 days. I would be like, okay, you need a blood test, CBC, right? And then the next day wala nang fever. Let's say the next day, he has no fever. He had a CBC done. and then it shows me the platelets are dropping. I'll be, oh, looks like you got dengue. You know? Or sometimes without the blood test, let's say they got fever for 3 days. The next day, wala na fever, and then all of a sudden their skin is red. Oh, by the way, let's show you the rashes. This is how the rashes in dengue look like, by the way. Okay, dengue rashes, they look kinda... Wait, no, this is not dengue rashes. Wait, hold on. Aha, this one. I think this is the best one to they look like red patches or islands of white and red. Yeah, here we go. They look like this. Or this one right here. Like, it's like red and there's like islands of white. Very dengue rash. Here we go. Convalescent rash of dengue. Here we go. This is how it looks like. You're like pink and then you have like spotty like areas of white. That's how a dengue rash looks like. Okay. I think they had a proper, I think it's called a Herman's rash. If I remember correctly, in med school they call it a Herman's rashes. I think this is what they called it. There we go. They called it a Herman's rash. The freaking heck! You can even make a handprint. Go to someone with dengue and press your hand over their body, and then you can put your handprint on there. Oh my god, please don't do that on a random person. Pag ikaw may dengue, tapos you're just curious, go do it to yourself. Okay, let's see. Let me look at the call. There's a lot of chat. Wala kasi gamot talaga magpapayal. Hintay mo lang. Epekto din ba ng dengue yung multiple organ failure? Multiple organ failure ang ikinamatay ng pinsan ko last year. Ang suspetsya nila, dengue kasi isang araw lang nagkalagnat, tapos binawian na ng buhay. What? Okay, Vanilla Haze. Let's go back to severe dengue. Here. You can have multiple organ failure with dengue if you have severe dengue because of the persistent dehydration, and if you're bleeding inside, inside your body, yes, you can have multiple organ failure. That is like one of the end stages. That's why when you have dengue with warning signs, you have to be admitted and they need to monitor you. If you have severe dengue, you're definitely in the ICU. Okay? I lost one of my batchmates to dengue, specifically kidney failure due to dengue. He didn't even manage to complete a semester in his first... Oh, he definitely had severe dengue. Yes, dengue can lead to organ failure if not treated. If not treated right away. Okay? What is the worst dengue fever you had and how long was it? I never had dengue. I don't think I had. I was never admitted in a hospital for dengue, and I sure to God hope I don't. Okay? Because that would be a nightmare for me. Dengue fever would probably be one of the worst diseases I could ever have, because that would mean that I would need a CBC test every 6 hours or every I don't know how many hours. That means they're going to be pricking me every now and then. And I hate needles. I'm scared to death of needles. So no, I do not want to have dengue. That's why when I see a freaking Aedes aegypti mosquito, I'm going to swat that thing away from me. Keep it away. I never had dengue fever. Okay. And I hope I don't get dengue fever. And yeah. This is why I stay in my house. Pag dengue season na, I'm going to stay in my house. I'm not going out there. Because, you know, my area is a freaking... Maraming dengue dito sa area namin. Daming dengue dito sa area namin. Pag dengue season, ang daming nagkaka-dengue dito. Katol for the win. Yeah, mosquito repellents, man. You guys need mosquito repellents. And also, you have to, if you wanna reduce dengue in your area, dengue mosquitoes, you have to get rid of any stagnant water in your area, because that's where the dengue mosquitoes live. That is Egypt life cycle. Okay? They lay their eggs in stagnant water. So anywhere where there's stagnant water, it can be a puddle that's been there, it can be a puddle near your house, it can be a freaking cup of water outside your house, it can be your swimming pool, it can be yung mga fish ponds nyo na walang fish. Fish ponds na walang fish, or fish ponds without flowing water. Okay, they grow, they grow there. That's where the mosquitoes lay their eggs. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Canal, old tire. Canal, yes, because the water's stagnant. Old tires that have water in them. Yes. Any area that has a lot of stagnant water. That's why rainy season is when dengue season is. When it's dengue season. Right now, there's no dengue because it is summer. It's summer here in the Philippines. So, what most likely the kind of illnesses we're gonna have is heat stroke. we're gonna have heat stroke. But no, we're not gonna have... Dengue is not really common during this time, but when it's rainy season, that's when you have dengue, because you're gonna have water, stagnant water everywhere. Patay dak malapit na rainy season, may the odds ever be on your favor sa mga PH supporters. This is why my mom had to get rid of our own fish pond. Yeah, you have to. If you have a fish pond, you need to have something. You need to have the water regularly cleaned, or actually have fish there that are gonna eat the mosquito eggs. It cannot be stagnant. Okay. Colombo supremacy plus offlosion. Yeah, just use both. Or you can do what I do, just stay in my house and don't go out. Or just go on a mosquito massacre, I don't know. Basta, any mosquito you see that has white dots on it, that's the dengue mosquito. Kill it or get rid of it. I don't know. You have to make sure that doesn't bite you. Okay, it is always the mosquito with the white dots. And yeah, if I remember correctly, I think it's the female. I think it's the female that's always carrying the virus. But you see, basta as long as you see the white dots, stay away from it. Okay? Baka may dalang dengue yun. Buti madaming butiki sa bahay namin. Yeah. Kill the females. Kill the females. That sounds so bad out of context, man. That sounds so bad out of context. Alright, so yeah, that is all for dengue. Yeah, that is all for dengue actually. That's all actually for dengue. Do you guys have any questions? It is 1:13. This is actually meant to be very short because yeah, it is dengue is a very easy topic to talk about because it is something that is very well documented and reported in the Philippines, social media and the clinics and all that. Kung si Doc ay isang dengue mosquito, magpapakagat ako. Bro, oh, ito, like, okay, this is me as a dengue mosquito, guys. Ako ay dengue mosquito. Dengue mosquito with glasses. And then I would be like buzzing around your ear like gawing ASMR yan, no? Pwede kang gawing ASMR yan. Dok, ano ba ang tamang term? Kinagat ng lamok o tinusok ng lamok? Ano ba kinagat ng lamok? Dok, totoo ba na may blood type na trip yung mga mosquito? Oh my, I never actually, I've heard about that. Some people say that, but I don't know if that's true. I didn't really look at that. Bagong strain ng kay Doc, Shiori virus. Okay. I hope you guys learned a lot. It's a very short. Today is a short stream. It's a short stream. Because yeah. My next stream will be tomorrow on Twitch. Gonna play Tekken 8. Hey Doc, have you heard about the dubstep music that makes mosquito bites less indulgent? No, I have not. The only mosquito-related stuff I see on like reels and stuff and shorts are those that are, I don't know, people doing mosquito cruelty, animal cruelty sa mga mosquito, bro. Like, I think I saw one where there was this mosquito trying to bite this guy's arm or something, but it couldn't reach because there was a mosquito net. Like the what do you call this? The little their needle mouths are trying to go through, and then he gets a scissors and cuts. I'm like, oh my god, Kagi. The worst thing about my dengue was that my platelet count kept decreasing despite the blood plasma donation. Our family friend had to drive for hours just for those blood plasma. Yeah, blood plasma is kinda hard to get by over here. Yung blood bank ba hindi pinapeste na ba? Malamang hindi. They keep the mosquitoes away. Doc Moschiori joined the membership. Alright, guys. Alright, guys. So, what's this? Doc, want to confirm di pala. I don't know if it's true or bogus lang. Madalas ba peste ng mga lamok yung mga blood type O na peeps? I am not sure about that. I'm not sure about that one. Okay, because I've heard about this, but I never really confirmed it. I didn't really read about it. But anecdotally, like for an anecdote, mosquitoes like to bite me, and I'm not a type O. I don't know why. I think my blood is sweet, kaya gusto ko ng mga lamok. So even as a child, I had so many mosquito bites, which is and it is I don't know how I don't know how I don't have dengue yet. Mosquito doing tier list review on blood types. Hindi ko alam. Yeah, I'm not sure about the blood types, but I'm not type O, but mosquitoes like do. Like, if I am on a trip somewhere, the mosquitoes will ignore yung mga kasama ko. Ako yung kinakagat ng mga lamok. Hindi ko alam bakit. Ay, hindi nyo alam kung bakit. Hindi ko alam kung bakit. Believe me, Doc, you don't want to get hit by dengue. I was in IC. I don't want to get dengue. That is just imagining it as nightmares. I mean, just knowing that I'm gonna have blood tests all the time, I don't want to because I am scared of needles. I don't like. Saan pwede mag-donate ng plasma dito sa Pinas? Ask Red Cross. Ask Red Cross. You can try. Red Cross has blood donation or like hospitals. I think I remember like there was a Makati Medical Center. Like I don't know, a few months back, we're like low on blood and they were asking for donations. You can try there. And I think I remember that when they were asking for donations, a lot of people were commenting about that, saying like, wag kayo mag-donate sa ospital kasi binibenta lang pala yung dugo. I think I made a stream about that. I had to educate people about that. Blood is not sold, it's just the processing and everything to make sure that blood is quality that you're paying for. It's not the blood itself. Diba yung darker skin peeps din mas kinakagat ng lamok? Darker skin? I think I read about this. Something about a darker color being more attractive to mosquitoes. I think I read that somewhere. Kaya lang, ako din maputi din ako. Maputi din ako eh. Maputi din ako eh. Ba't ako pa rin kinakagat ng mga lamok? Anyway, okay, we good now. I think we're good. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah, this is a short stream. I don't want to take too long because I also need to go out and do something. May errands pa ako. Magra-rounds pa ako ng pasyente ko. I have no stream tonight. Okay, I am going to be doing other things tonight. Siguro mag-edit na lang ako ng videos kasi wala akong I have no clips anymore to like post on kasi wala akong na-edit. My next stream will be tomorrow on Twitch. I'll be playing Tekken 8. And yeah, tomorrow and on Saturday. Tekken 8 stream. So for those who are into Tekken and like to watch me for Tekken, you can catch me on Twitch tomorrow night. Yeah. Otsupon, guys. I hope you guys learned a lot. And for those who weren't familiar with dengue fever, I hope you guys learned a lot from this stream. Otsupon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.